Hello students, welcome to Vidya for Success. In today's video, let us understand how to form a frequency distribution table. Already I hope you know what is a frequency. Frequency is nothing but the presence of a particular element number of times. What is the occurrence of a particular number? Let me write a particular number here, 543113. So, in this particular number, what is the frequency of occurrence of 1, the digit 1? So, the frequency of occurrence of 1 is 2 times. What is the frequency of occurrence of the digit 7 in this particular number? The frequency of 7 is 0 because that particular digit 7 is not at all there. So, I hope now you have understood what is frequency. Frequency is nothing but how many times a particular variable or unit is repeated as occurred, that is frequency. So, frequency distribution is of two types. First one is discrete frequency distribution and another one is continuous frequency distribution. In today's video, let us restrict ourselves only to the formation of discrete frequency distribution. So, let us say that there are 100 students standing in a queue to measure their weight. Okay. So, I will be collecting their weights. After collecting their weights, their particular weights value, I will be entering them 100 students weights. But that is not the right way to enter or collect these data. After collecting data, you need to present them in a proper format, in a terms of table, in a classified way. So, at that moment, we can come up with the help of frequency distribution. Let us say 50 kg students, there are 10 members. 45 kg students, there are 15 members, like that. So, I need to come up with a proper way of describing what the data is revealing. So, that is what we are attempting by forming a frequency distribution table. Okay. So, let us take up the formation of frequency distribution. Okay. So, now today we will be studying the formation of discrete frequency distribution. So, how to form? We will be creating a table first of all. Table will be having 3 columns. Table will be having 3 columns. What will be the first column heading? The first column is concerned with the variable. For example, variable may be height, variable may be student marks, it can be anything. So, the first column will be giving us information regarding the value of a particular variable. Next, the second column will help us to know what are the elements or tally marks for a particular variable. So, a variable might have occurred so many number of times, 5 times or 10 or 15, whatever the may be number of times. For that we will be making a marking. So, for that we will be using tally marks. And later the third column will indicate the exact frequencies in terms of numbers. So, let us take up a problem here of creating a discrete frequency distribution. Survey of 40 families. So, we are conducting a survey of 40 families in a certain locality, in a particular area, in a particular community, whatever. Okay. So, we are noticing some value. What value we are noticing? We are noticing the number of children per family. So, we are recording the value of number of children per family. Per family, how many children are there? Whether there are no children, then I will be recording 0. If there are 1 children, then I will be recording 1 or 3 or 4, like that. So, I will be consulting, I will be visiting, I will be conducting a survey on 40 family and I will be collecting the data per family. So, the data are like this, 1, 0, 3, like this, 1, 0, 3, 2, 1, like this, 5, 6, it goes on. There are 40 values. If the data is present in this particular format, it cannot be used for decision making. We cannot say what is the number of families having 2 children, what is the number of family having 5 children, or what is the number of family without any child? We cannot say that. So that's why after collecting the data, we are presenting them in a suitable format, in a tabular format. So for that we need to present the data in a frequency table. So let us do that. So I'll be just representing them directly in terms of a frequency distribution table of a discrete in nature. So as I told you, there will be 3 columns. Okay, the first column indicates number of children. So number of children is the first column. As I said, it is a variable. Always the first column in the frequency distribution table, it indicates variable. So let me indicate with the alphabet x. So x is a variable. It can take any value. Number of children can be 0, it can be 1, 2, 3, it can take any value. The next column, it indicates tally marks. What does it indicate? It indicates tally marks. Followed by that, the third column indicate frequencies. So these are the 3 columns required to represent a discrete frequency distribution. Next, so if you go through the question, they have conducted a survey on 40 families. So they obviously there will be 40 values, 40 different set of values will be there. You need to go through, you need to scan all the values. You need to know which is the smallest value and which is the highest or biggest value. Okay, so if you scan the data, the values are number of children in the family is 1, 0, 3, 2, 1, 5, 6, 2, 2, it goes on up till last till 2, 4, 5. Among all these data, the smallest value is 0 and the highest value is 6. So nothing but in a family sometimes there are no child, so 0, x will take value 0. So similarly, there can be only 1 child, there can be 2 child, there can be 3, there can be 4, there can be 5. At last, the maximum, the highest value among 40 values what you have recorded, among them the highest value is 6. Okay, highest value is 6. Next, let us first come up with the tally marks. I will take the help of the question. So the first family, please notice here, the first family they have visited, taken survey, they are having only 1 child. So I will be putting a line in correspondence to the variable x1. So 1. Next, a second family what they have visited, there are no child, 0. So here I will be recording a tally mark 1 and followed by 3. Next 2, next 1, next 5, next 6, 2, again 2, 1, 0, 3, 4, 2, 1, 6, 3, 2, 1. Please notice here, I have made a change. After 4, if you want to record 5th one, I will be crossing them all. I will be crossing all the tally marks. Okay, 1 followed by 5, 3, again 3, 2, 4, 2, again 2, 3, 0, 2, 1, 4, 5, 3, again 3, 4, again 4, 1, 2, 4, 5, the last value 5. So these are the different recorded values. Now let us add all these marks. So there are 3 lines here, 3 markings here. So the frequency is 3 here, followed by 5 plus 2, 7, here 15, followed by 8, here 6, here 4 and here 2. Now at last let us write down the total frequency. Okay, so the total frequency is 7 plus 3, 10, 10 plus 15 is 25, 25, 25 plus 8 is 33, 33 plus 6 is 39, 39, 40, 40, 43, 45. So the total, sorry, 45, 40 Agbek, sorry, 40 is the 6, 8 is 15, not 15, sorry, I have done a mistake here, 10. So the total is 40. We have visited only 40 families, so 45 barak chance illa. I have done a mistake here, 40. So this is how we represent a frequency distribution table. If the tables are kept scattered, then you cannot say, you cannot take up a decision or you cannot analyze the data. So now we can easily analyze the data. We can say that, so there are 10 families out of 40 families, they are having 2 children per family. Easily we can say. So what is the number of families having no child? So there are 3 families having no child. Okay, and here what type of frequency distribution it is? It is a discrete frequency distribution table. What do you mean by discrete? The variable will pick a value in the given range. Please notice here, I have recorded the values. For example, a family may be having only 3 children. So I have recorded against 3, against the variable 3, only one value. So here we will be picking, we will be choosing a value from the given range, then they are referred as discrete variable. So what type of distribution it is? It is a discrete frequency distribution. So this is the way we will be finding, or else we will be representing a discrete frequency distribution. Thank you.